Hi, Ulla. Thank you for meeting me tonight and for willing to share your experience after Akashic Records reading. Generally, how are you, Ulla?
Hello, very nice to see you. Absolute pleasure. It's only taken us so long to record this video. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. I don't know what I'm saying and what I'm doing, but it's been a while. You need to ask me questions.
Okay. You can share. When did you have Akashic Records and why did you decide to have it?
So I had my session over 2 years ago. It was February or January, around January, February 2021, that will be. I was in a very dark place in business, career-wise. That was the third. I'm getting confused now. It was the lockdown,
COVID, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a lockdown. It was a COVID time. It was the January, February, March lockdown. I was burning the candle on both sides, both ends, and yeah, it was a pretty tough time for me. I had to homeschool. I had to work long hours, 10 hours a day on top of homeschooling and being a mom, being a wife, and everything else. So yeah, and then my boss at the time wasn't very supportive. Well, at least it didn't feel like I was getting enough support. So I was a little bit down. And this is when I decided to speak to you and then go through Akashic Records reading, just to see why this is happening to me. Why am I unhappy? And maybe there's an answer somewhere there on what next and what can I do to help myself to feel better. It was 2 years ago. It's been a long time now.
It's okay, because we can see the progress in your life, because that's what I know of. The progress is amazing, isn't it?
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a crazy ride ever since. And actually what happened within a week of having the Akashic reading, the opportunity came my way. I got an interview for a great company that I'm still with. And yeah, then the interview process took about 2 weeks, which is like a record time in the speed way. And I got a job, which I love, and I'm very happy with the company and where I am. And yeah, I don't even remember what happened. I still have PTSD from my previous place. You know, it's been a little bit, yeah, it's been a crazy ride. And I totally think that Akashic reading had some, yeah, quite instrumental impact on what happened, where I am today. It wasn't just the career side, it was some other personal issues that I've been going through, been working on. And with Akashic reading, I find some answers and also a way to work through it and understand maybe better why certain things are happening in my life or been happening in my life or were happening in my life. There's a bunch of things.
Nice. It works at many levels. Yes, on many levels works for you. Well, if I could come back to your work, because I remember that you were burning out, you were very stressed and very low, and you actually weren't happy in your previous job, but you were scared as well to leave this job and change that, yes? And do I remember properly that you even didn't look for a job after Akashic Record? The job came to you by itself. Somebody offered you, isn't it?
That's right. That's right. Because obviously of lockdown and COVID and all the uncertainty of what was happening at the time, people were losing jobs, not getting jobs. I didn't feel secure enough to even go out there and look for a job. Yeah, that was probably the main reason why I wasn't looking. I was so unhappy. I was really burning out big time. but I didn't think that was a good time to even look. And what happened, I got a message that there is an opportunity. So the job came to me pretty much. And the only thing I had to do is apply and then go through the interview process and show that I'm the good candidate to be offered the position. But that's what happened, which still gives me goosebumps thinking back how it all happened.
Energy has opened, the healing opened.
100%. 100%. Thank you. Thank you for you.
And are you happy in this job where you are now?
100%. I am really happy. Like, I love the job. I love the company, my team, everything I do. I'm learning a lot. I've grown as a person. The burning out in my previous position also helped, probably. But I look at things differently now, and I'm definitely not going to allow myself to burn out again. But yeah, it was a little miracle in my life, definitely.
And if I can say, I see as well financial abundance, because since you changed the job, you were twice on Mauritius on holiday. And I see your Instagram with amazing photos. You every week somewhere else with your family. You traveling. You having lots of experience. You came to your inner child, and it's such amazing, isn't it?
Thank you. First of all, don't believe in everything was on Instagram. You know, people show you what they want you to see, but just advice out there. But no, yeah, I can't explain. It's been financially, obviously, I'm not sleeping on the money, and then but the managing of the finances and being able to live life and having a balanced life is definitely there. There's a work-life balance. I have time for my family. I have time to do things. We can go out, do things like holidays. Obviously, the Mauritius was incredible. That's another little miracle in my life, which I wouldn't be able to do if it wasn't for good people in my life as well that contributed to that. I highly recommend Mauritius. But side note, yeah, and then everything we do, we live life today, and I'm teaching this to my family as well. That there's no point wondering about tomorrow and worrying about tomorrow. We're trying to live life like there is no tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. So with everything that happened, this is the new life, the new me, post Akashic thing. The whole 2 years of it. Go into my Instagram and have a look. No, I'm only kidding.
So if you go, you will see amazing photos, amazing adventures, where finally you've got energy to do it, yeah, and you want to do it. So
absolutely.
So happy. Ula, I want to ask you about more benefits, because there is definitely more benefits after your Akashic session. But maybe we will leave this for the next interview. But
we can talk about the inner child next time. This is like another big one in my life. So yeah.
What would you say about the session? Because a lot of people, they don't understand how it does look like. What can they experience? Do you remember how did you feel during the session? How looked like the session for you? Because for everybody is different, but how was it for you?
Absolutely. So I was excited. I was like, you know me, I'm a sucker for anything like that, and any kind of reading. You say when and I'm there, but so I was definitely excited. I didn't know what to expect, even with reading online on how the Akashic reading happens and what happens in the session. You can't really predict, and you don't know what kind of questions and what kind of answers you get, and what's the next steps. But the session was great. I don't even know when the time went. I think we were chatting for like an hour and a half, and it felt like 5 minutes. And obviously you are just an angel. So it was lovely and calming and reassuring. And I came with my questions. I had a few questions that I wanted to ask, so I prepared those in advance, and I did get the answer to all of them, one way or another. And post session, I also got some homework to do, some affirmations to work with for a while after the reading, which I obviously follow through as I was told to. But yes, I think I'm ready for the next session now for different reasons. But I hope that helps. The explanation I gave. Yeah, it was great. It was great. I want to do it again.
You are welcome anytime, Una. Thank you so much. And it will be wonderful to see you again and work with you again. I think that now in person we can do it.
Amazing.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any questions, you are welcome to ask me. And yes, go for Ula's Instagram, like it. They got amazing stories there.
Thank you, and I definitely recommend Akashic reading. I'm telling all my friends, and I think some of them already contacted you about it. It's definitely worth doing if you want to find out about your purpose, your life, your karma, what something is not quite right. The Akashic reading is definitely way forward.
Definitely. Thank you.
Well, thank you.